What's up, guys? We're here with a deck profile of my deck I took to regionals this past weekend, and I ended up making top 4. And as you can see, I got the mat to prove it, and I also have the binder too, but I didn't want to just show a binder right.
And you went X and 1 in the Swiss rounds, right?
Yeah, I went X1. I only lost. We'll get into that later, but I'll get to the deck list right now. So it's my Chaos deck. 3 Thunder King, amazing card. Light. Why would you not run this if you're in Chaos? This is kind of random, but it is a good card. 3 Photon Saber Tiger. It's a free +1. You summon it, it searches another one. If you have 2 on board, if you're able to protect the first one, you summon it, they get up to 2,000. So you put amazing pressure on your opponent, and it's a light, right? It's level 3, which is important for this deck.
And if your opponent tries to Valor it, it's just a 2,000 beater.
Yeah, it's a 2,000 beater. I had people Valor this, and I just swung for 2,000. It was like, whatever.
Pretty awesome.
3 Tour Guide. You kind of almost need Tour Guide to play competitively. I would say Maxi is more important, but this is a very good card. It lets you do a lot of plays in the deck. It's dark, level 3, lets you exceed. It does a lot of things. 3 Spirit Reaper, one of my favorite cards ever. I love this card. I main deck Smashing Grounds and Protection. This thing always gets in there. Lets you stall on it, right? And then you just summon Photon or whatever and exceed. It's a dark, level 3. It's perfect. Fits this deck. It's amazing. 2 Sorcerer, just it's Chaos, right? So you need the Sorcerer, which deals with a lot of threats. 2 Cyber Dragon. I don't have Max C, so this was my replacement for when they go off. Hopefully I can push back against them and start special summoning my own guys. And it was not bad. It actually ate up Zen mains quite a bit. It got over those 1900 and 1700 normals that Dino Rabbit play. It's a light, so it wasn't too bad. Card Trooper, MVP. All day, this thing was so good. It would mill, it would get me to my Chaos monsters. A lot of times they'd just summon Thunder King, end turn. I'm like, okay, summon, mill, crash, draw a card. Is that cool? Because you just went negative. So, 2 Valor. I was playing 3. I hate this card with a passion. So I only want to play 2 because it's a dead draw for me more often than not. But you gotta play it just because it kind of stops plays. But I actually want to get a 3rd Fiendish Chain and not play this stupid card at all. BLS, obviously Chaos. Why would you run? Not
Staple.
Staple.
Kinda.
Gores, some people don't think it's stable. I do, just because it's like, it's still playing in a regional. It's still going to be good. There's no reason why it wouldn't be.
Even if the windups loop you and you top deck that,
yeah,
they attack.
It's still amazing. Like, this card still is good. Sengen, just for Tour Guide, and it also searches Photon or Spirit Reaper. Honest, nobody expects it ever. You summon Photon or Thunder King, this thing wins. And if you have BLS on board, you can OTK them. Right? Nobody expects this. This got in so bad. This was a really good card. Okay. 3 Smashing Ground, just good removal, right? Good spot removal. And let Spirit Reaper become a boss. 2 MST, good card. Dark Hole, staple. Monster Born should be staple. Heavy Storm should be staple. Avarice, you do a lot of milling with Trooper, good card. Book, I've always liked this card. Solemn Warnings, good. Fiendish Chain, I actually was looking for a 3rd one, but they are kind of expensive, so I couldn't find a 3rd one. 2 Torrential, ridiculous, with Card Trooper especially. And 1 Solemn Judgment. That is the main deck. Go into the
Extra
deck now. 1 Chimera Tech. Acid Golem. Leviathan. Levier. Gigabrain. Card is ridiculous with Tour Guide if you have Chaos Monster in hand. 2 Zen mains. Now to the extra deck that I did not summon. Mistworm. Scrap Dragon. Dark End. I summoned this once. It actually won me the game. Stardust. Black Rose. Arcanite. You have Valor and Chaos Sorcerer. Bryonic and Catastor. I never summoned anything there but Dark End. Side deck?
side deck.
2 Kaiko. I hate Lightsworn. I want that deck to die, so I have to side deck this for it. And it's also against Chaos Mirror Match, or just any kind of decks that rely heavily on the grave. Two Banisher. I actually got this idea from a friend of mine against Insectors, and I don't know, because I didn't play Insectors, so, but I did side it against Windups, and it didn't do too bad when I had it on board. 2 Crow, just Windups and whatever else that may use the graveyard. Snowman Eater, Dino Rabbit, and Stun. This thing's amazing against Dino Rabbit. Chained, Disappearance, Windups, Insectors, anything else pretty much. 2 Blackhorn. Card was ridiculous. Best card in the side deck by far. Got rid of Dino Rabbit. I played it against when I played 6 Sams. This card got in there. 2 Dust. I don't want to face Stun and lose, or TG and lose, or Macro. And the extra Space Typhoon.
Alright, so how'd you like it?
It was good. It was a solid deck, actually. It deals with quite a bit in the meta. It doesn't seem like it would, but it does deal with a lot of threats.
What kind of matches did you have?
I faced Steel Swarm my first round, and then from there it was 2 Samurais in a row. I killed Samurais, like I wrecked them. And then I went on to face Psychic, I believe it was, and then I faced a Dino Rabbit and a Wind-Up deck. I lost to the Wind-Up deck, and there was one more round that I can't think of. Anyway, yeah, the Wind-Up deck wrecked me, but I have a bit of a tough match against him anyway.
What's your best matchup with this deck?
By far, either Dino Rabbit or Samurai. Samurai was like, I don't know, I faced 2 Samurais and it was just easy. Like, honest to put in work against that.
What was your worst matchup?
Wind-Ups for sure. Wind-Ups, I had such a tough time with Wind-Ups. I ended up losing my only round of the day in Swiss to Wind-Ups, and then I went to top 8, faced down a Rabbit, won, and went to top 4 and lost to Wind-Ups again. So, it's definitely Wind-Ups.
I'm guessing your favorite card was Reaper?
It was either Reaper or Card Trooper. Yeah, definitely Card Trooper. This thing was nuts all day. It's like, at one point I had 2 on board, like I Monster Reborn one, and the guy had to Torrential because he was going to lose if he didn't, and I got a +2 off that. And I was like, whatever, man, go ahead and Torrential me.
Oh, that's pretty good. So, have you thought of any changes you might make to it after?
Maybe minus this. I don't like them, I really don't. It's an Inherit Neg 1, but you do need it to stop things. I might put this back in the side deck, and possibly maybe minus the Photons if I can find another replacement.
Alright. Well, I guess that's it.
Alright, that is my deck profile. That is the one I went top 4 with at the regional. That's by Matt.
Congrats.
Thank you. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.